And the selection pretty straightforward in the end, or was the Jordan Sweet debate all based on if Darcy played or didn't play?
Oh no, yeah, it was. It ended up being pretty straightforward with what we had to do and with the issues that we had through the week. So yeah, it was. It's exciting to get a couple of boys back to, particularly Pep, having him back into the side after his delayed start of the season. So it's pretty good for us.
He's ready to go. That's always a question about
no doubt about that. No doubt he's ready to go. We'd like to make sure he's calm and just plays with some good composure. So, but he's certainly ready to go.
Have you chatted to him about that need for composure? And
yeah, we've actually not necessarily about the composure, but chatted about the way he plays the game. We think he plays the game really fair, so he needs to make sure that he comes back and plays his style of game. I said to him at one stage, he's been suspended once in 130 odd games. He plays footy the right way, and he learned from his mistake from 4 weeks ago, and I'm sure he'll play the right way.
On the issues you said during the week, how is Jeremy? Have you spoken to him much about it?
Yeah, no, Jeremy's he's fine. He's okay. He's moving on with what he needs to move on with. He understands exactly what's going on this week and understands the mistakes that went with that, and he's handled it, I think, in the best possible way he could, knowing that he made the mistake.
Has there been a sense of disappointment from the players, from the coaches as well? That he
no, I think they'd be a little touch unfair because of his ownership of the whole situation right from the very start. He knew he made the mistake immediately. He handled it very well. In some ways, proud of the way he was able to handle it and deal with the situation, as difficult as it was for everyone involved.
Have you checked in with the group and the league?
The rest of the group, has it been a distraction there, or how do you?
No, not so much a distraction. It's just great. I mean, unfortunately, it's an opportunity for us to all understand and learn still, and there's still more to be learned in those areas of our game, that we don't need to go to those places.
And you've been in the game a long time. Has that kind of language been, I guess, commonplace in the past? And is it still commonplace now? It's just, picked up by an umpire, not thrown S and players don't hold it out?
I absolutely believe it's not commonplace. That's what I would believe. And I think our people and everyone who plays the game today are much better educated in all places, not just in that side, but in all places to know what's acceptable and what's not, and we know that.
But the word from the West meant that Darcy was playing. Have you gone this week?
No, don't think so. I think we would have been pretty happy with where we're at and what we've been doing with our ruck situation, albeit that Jeremy going out does unbalance that a little bit. So
Are you going to use Sam again as a ruck?
Sorry?
You can use Pep as a ruckman again?
I don't know.
Has
Charlie on the ruck?
I don't know.
Has Charlie put his hand up?
Sorry?
Has Charlie put his hand up? We know he likes it.
I don't know.
Charlie
Charlie put his hand up to do anything. He didn't play full back.
We talk about it a lot. Would there ever be an option to have Sweet and Solder in the field at the same time?
Yep, absolutely there will be. I'm sure there will be, and visiting. I think we forget about Dante. Dante played AFL football last year, and he's playing as well as any of the other boys underneath as well. So I think that he's a genuine option for us. And I think the challenge for us is to make sure they've all got some decent forward craft, so that when they do play, we know they've got to play forward as well.
Do you see it as a win for you that they're going in with one ruck? Like, is it your preference to only have the first one that we got?
No, I don't know whether it's a win, because they've been in really good form. So they've been in good form without Darcy. So I think they will be really confident that they've still in pretty good nick.
What makes them so hard to crack defensively for our?
Oh, I think like most teams, they're fundamentally really sound with the way they play the game. You have a style of football that you know yourself and you play yourself really well, and they certainly understand the way they play, and they're very, very sound defensively, and for us it's going to be a real challenge. But there's plenty of teams in the comp that are very sound defensively.
So what's that mean for, I guess, your mindset when you guys like to take the game on? Like you brace for more of a defensive, be patient sort of thing? Or?
Yeah, well, I think there's a challenge of will, isn't there? It's about who gets to get the game on their terms as much as they possibly can. I don't think there's either side don't want to defend or don't want to attack with some clear method. I think that's clear that in every side you play that they all want to do something similar, but the reality is who can do it the best at the time.
We can see Sarah and Jason trained there?
Yes, they're both in the change rooms now, so they'll be going out there to do some stuff. So they're both okay. But look, at this time of year, you're always cautious around anyone that's got any form of illness of any type. You just keep them away from the group to make sure the group doesn't get in.
So what's the outlook on Bo?
He'll be optimistic. I mean, Trav was wanting to push to try and play this week. We were really clear that we didn't want that to be the case, and last year we've seen the knocks that he dealt with a couple of times, and you've got to protect him from himself sometimes, and that's kind of what we've done this week with Trav.
You mentioned a couple of times, have you changed your tune in terms of being extra careful?
No, not extra careful, but mindful, I think is fair. I think it's okay to be, it's a long season, and it is a challenge for you to be able to play Greek. Ollie last week, we were sort of a day too soon to play him, so we made an earlier decision to make sure he wasn't going to be pushing when he didn't need to. So
This midfield group's been coming along for a while now, but we saw, you know the way Point Francis has clearly had a big pre-season, been able to use that, and Butters and Rosie. I mean, do they, as a collective group, do they get it now in terms of what they can do and the damage they can cause for oppositions, and does that make your life a little bit easier?
Well, I think they understand that they all play differently in some ways, so they all add a little bit of something different, but I think that what they do understand is each week the quality you come up against is really, really high too, so you need to do it together. And I think that's our challenge. You know, tomorrow you look at the quality that we're coming up against tomorrow with Sarong and Brayshaw and Young and Fife, and you know they're incredibly talented around the ball themselves. Each team in this competition has a lot of very good midfielders, and for us we're starting to learn that it's a collective more than an individual or a couple of players. You need everyone trying to play their part.
How do you fit Ollie back in there, given the midfield was so good against Essendon? You have Will and Drew as well. How do you fit Ollie back in there?
Yeah, well, obviously Travis is not available, so that allows us to bring one player back into that midfield area. You know, Ollie plays inside mid, and he'll come back in and play his role as he's always done. It's pretty easy to sometimes fit a Brownlow medalist in.
So who do you fit onto a wing?
Someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can't sit here and tell you everything we're going to do. It's not fair. JL will be having an easy day. So no, we'll manage that the way we've always managed it, and it'll be different people. It won't necessarily be the same people.
The AFL's clarified the goal review, saying it's been telling the umpires to send more decisions upstairs. Would you like to see them back in the umpires more, and do you think that when they're not doing that, it's affecting the momentum of games when we're beating certain goals?
There are issues that I don't try and buy into at all. I just allow the AFL to do what they do, and they set those things up, and I just abide by what they tell people to do. So I'm not in the position to tell them that that's right or wrong. I think if it makes it more accurate, I can't see it being a bad thing.
On these midfield battles, is part of your planning to send someone like a Will and Drew to mine Caleb Sarong?
You were asking a lot of technical questions this morning. Drewy always plays different roles for us in a different week, but you know we have great respect for the Fremantle midfield, and they're very, very talented.
When CD spoke on Jeremy earlier this week, he said even if he hadn't have got a ban, he probably wouldn't have been in the right mindset to play. Is that how you took it? Were you always planning to play this game without him?
Yeah, I think so. I think the reality was Jeremy knew straight, as has been well reported, Jeremy knew straight away he'd made a mistake, and I think he's the sort of person who would really, that would cut deeply for him, and he doesn't want to be that person. And I think that would have been possibly the case that he might not have been in the right space to play. He's had some challenges himself through his last week.
One thing, how much of your game you like, and how much do you still, that room for improvement or things always good?
Yeah, it's really early in the season, so we're hopeful that there's still plenty of things to do, but the competition's so close, you've just got to keep your eye on today, and don't get too big a picture on, well, do we want to get this right, we want to get that right. We just need to make sure we've got everything right to beat 3-0, and that's what we spend our time on this week.
Is it as solid as you wish it would be at this stage of the year?
Oh, well, we're in a really even competition. We've started off okay, so we know how hard it is though.
You went through all the last year and did get the contract. You could have expected this year to be no questions about your future. You're surprised there's already
There is none.
no handshake agreements?
No, there's no issues at all with my situation. I'm contracted for the next couple of years, and I look forward to doing as best I can in those couple of years, and then see what happens next.
But with all that's been said in the past week that you've already got a succession plan in place, you want to respond to that?
I've got a contract for the next 2 years, and I haven't got an end date, if that's what everyone's wanting to know. I haven't got an end date. I'm going to do my best to coach for as long as I possibly can. I still love what I do.